strongly cautioned, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
All right, happy Thursday. We are back right after Christmas, and this is our last show of this year. We will not be back till after New Year's Day, I believe.
That's
yeah,
right.
we won't be back till after New Year's Day. So, of course, we got to go out with a bang with a badass band, Beyond Unbroken, which I got to hand it out to our assistant. She's the one that found them. And I went and started watching their stuff a couple of days ago and was like, okay, this band is fucking sick. All right.
They really are.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I dig the shit out of it, which here on this show, we kind of aim to find all the obscure bands that exist out there, which you guys aren't really that obscure because you got quite the fucking following already, and especially on fucking YouTube. I was like, God damn, these guys got a big ass following.
Thanks.
All right, so we basically play a little game with you like we kind of talked about before. You can either roll the dice or choose between 1 and 85, and you have no idea what the fuck you're going to get, but you're in the hot seat all by yourself. So.
I know, they left you to yourself.
All right, let's go. Yeah. All right, so just pick one.
Yeah,
you can either pick or roll. We can roll.
Okay, let's roll. Let's do that.
All right, let's do that. We're going to go with 41 today. And this one's going to be the infamous when and where if you have ever fallen off the stage. Now, if you haven't fallen off the stage, what about one of those moments where you ate shit or, something of that nature?
I haven't had a time where I've ever fallen off of a stage. But I've come close in the some of the stages where there's not enough lighting on there and you don't know where you're stepping. But I've never actually taken that tumble. The only time I've ever came close to that was I had this ritual where I don't drink before a show. But one of the occasions it was Halloween, and I was everyone was tossing back before the show started. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it. Let's do it. And so I took a few shots, to try and stay loose or whatever. Yeah. And that was the one time I played a terrible show though. I just didn't know what I was doing, too much of my limit, And the whole time I was struggling to play. So I was like, no, I guess I'm not one of those people who are can do that sort of thing, But I don't have that stage trouble like that though. I don't have that stage frights like that. I actually get stoked to go on, I don't, but some people get jittery fear, but I've never fallen off though.
I do. I'm bad. I play in a band myself, but I play bass, and I get I've been playing in bands since I was 15 or 14 or 15 years old, and I'm fucking 41 years old now, and I still get freaked out every once in a while. But my thing is, I can't drink liquor. I could do beer, but I cannot do liquor. If I do liquor, I'm gonna get fucked up. But see, I have to play blind anyways because I'm blind as a goddamn bat, and we wear masks, so I can't put my fucking glasses on underneath the damn mask, and it shit look right. So I'm already blind to begin with. But you mix liquor with being blind, bad idea.
See, I think that's where I probably messed up. Is I should have probably just stuck to beer. Yeah, that probably have been all right, but I was tossing back shots. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
see, that's my no is no liquor. I can have liquor afterwards if I want to choose to go that route, but I typically am just beer only. That's it. That's as far as it's going because I like whiskey, and once I get nope, I'm gonna eat shit, and I've ate shit a bunch of times.
It's like, yeah, when I was on there, I was like, I played these songs like thousands of times already, but now it's like I'm in kindergarten, preschool, like relearning how to play guitar again.
You forgot it all of a sudden.
I was like, what's going on? Where am I? What happened?
Now, do you have to play and do you do vocals at all?
Yeah, I do vocals and I sing and play.
Yeah. Now I want to know, and this is just a bonus question. How the fuck did you train yourself to be able to do vocals and play at the same time? Because I've tried for years. I can't fucking do it. I've tried.
No. There's definitely some bands that I idolize, like I think like Trivium. He's like got it down really well, the singing thing a lot.
Yeah.
With us though, we definitely we trade off. Me and my brother, we trade off because we're both guitarists. So there'll be some stuff like he'll be covering for my parts to come in or something like that, you know. But there's definitely parts that are like you're just so used to. It's built into you, like the section of a song where you're just like that you're not gonna mess it up. And that's what I think the thing is, like really grasping that when you're like learning your own songs and rehearsing. Yeah, and it's just like a tough thing to overcome, but yeah, definitely people struggle with that, and I think every band does, but I think that's what makes you like a really good musician is if you can take on both roles like that. So yeah, I think that's really freaking cool if you can do that and stuff. Yeah, it's really good.
I tried the whole reason I got into heavy metal. The first band that ever got me into it was Motorhead. And I became a huge Motorhead fan. I wanted to be like Lemmy, which is exactly why I started playing bass and stuck with it. But I tried doing the whole, and every time I'd start trying to do vocals, I'll fucking like either forget what the fuck I'm singing because I'm concentrating on what I'm playing, or vice versa. And if I start singing, I'm concentrating on singing, I'll stop playing. And I'm just like, I can't, for some reason, my mind will not let me differentiate between the two.
Yeah, when there's some parts in like metal songs like Metallica, like where they're just riffing away the whole time and he's just killing on the vocals, you know. That stuff can get really tricky, you know, and I think that's where it gets tricky. But when it gets like back to like a simple chorus part, I mean that's like pretty easy to me. But when it gets into those really like chaotic riffing and stuff, man, and then you're like singing something totally different from what's going on here, I think that's some really unique talent. Yeah.
I would agree. I'm just like, and I'm even blown more away when I see drummers doing it. So I'm just like,
the drummers. Yeah. We got a drummer in our band who does backing vocals. So like he sings and screams along in some of the songs, and he's got a lot to do with already drum parts as it is. But yeah, he's in there killing it though.
Yeah, that's always blown me away. I think the first band I ever seen do it was Mastodon, because way back in the day, I got to open for Mastodon in Savannah, Georgia, which is long ass time ago, and I'm watching them, and I'm watching the drummer, and I'm just like, holy shit, the damn drummer's doing fucking vocals. I'm like, how the fuck does he do that shit? And then, of course, later on, I've seen Atreyu doing it, and there's been other bands that have come up and done it, and I'm just like, props to those fucking drummers that could do that shit, because there ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. Maybe they just like are so good at drums at some point, and they just like, what else can I accomplish?
Right?
They start taking on vocals.
Yeah, well, goddamn, let's fucking juggle, play the drums, and sing at the same time. Let's fucking up it.
Yeah, I agree with
sometimes
you.
You got to do it yourself.
Yeah. All right, so you want to pick or you want to roll?
Let's pick. I'll do 17.
17 it is.
Yeah.
All right. Are you one of those type of guys that would stick your tongue to a frozen pole if asked? Or would you be one of those guys that is daring somebody to stick their tongue to a frozen pole?
Definitely the one that's daring. I could not do that. What about you guys? I don't know.
It's like I tell everybody. It depends on how much I've had to drink.
Yes.
No, I can be drunk. I can be whatever. Nope, you ain't getting me to do it.
If I was drunk,
I might be more. Yeah, I make stupid decisions when I'm drunk, so you might be right on that too.
Yeah, I'm just like, how much have I had to drink? First off, that's the first question.
Yeah,
and if it's a lot, probably stick my tongue to it. If I'm pretty sober, then probably the one daring. But it just all depends.
Yeah.
It all depends.
The good thing about you, at least you have, an on-site medical team. So you be fine. If I'm going to dare you to do something, I'll at least know how to get you out of it.
This is true.
Yeah, I think the trick is like you're supposed to put like warm water, right, along the pole. I think I've seen someone do that before, and they put like a warm cup of water, and then you're able to like get off of it. So,
yeah.
Like someone really try that out. It's like, go try that though.
Go see if that works real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, it depends on how much I've had to drink.
Yeah.
Well, would you be one of them people to eat one of them damn Tide Pods too? Here, take a couple shots and eat a fucking soap thingy.
Like the bath salts thing.
The fuck?
I might be dumb, but I ain't that dumb. Even if I've been drinking.
Because sticking your tongue to a pole is a smart thing to do. You know how many things have been on that pole?
All right, you just ruined it for me.
Yeah.
You just fucked that whole thing up. So you're never gonna get me to do it now because that's the first thing I'm gonna fucking think of now.
I'm gonna tell you to think about them lizards doing the pole dance on that thing. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be like,
all right, all right. You win. Yeah, I would not stick my tongue to a stripper pole. I'll be goddamned.
Oh, nope. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's fucking disgusting. No, you ruined the whole damn thing.
See, I know how to make you stop.
You have no chance now.
Just get a mouthful of lube in your face.
Might be more sanitary.
I was never one for strip clubs. Like, all my buddies used to love going to strip clubs and all that shit, and they'd fucking pull me along. And I was the guy that would just go straight to the fucking bar and start watching football and just fucking order beers and watch football.
Yeah.
And the few times that I ever got lap dances, number one, I never paid for it. Number two, I don't know how the hell the money ended up. Well, I know how, because when sports are on, sports has my full attention. I'm a big sports guy. I love my sports. I'm like fucking glued in. And I'd have buddies that would come up and slide money into my fucking pocket, because I always wear these, button up fucking t-shirts with, I got my pocket. And they would slide money in there and then go tell some stripper, hey, he's got fucking blah, 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 fucking take him. So I just get this stripper that's like taking me back. I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're coming with me. I'm like, what the fuck? So they do the whole thing. And I'm like, I didn't want this to begin with. And they reach into my pocket, pull this cash. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
And then I got my buddies like at the door, like fucking waving at me, and I'm like, yeah, fuck y'all, fuck every goddamn one of you right now. Y'all can kiss my ass. This
Well,
ain't
yeah,
mine.
I grew up in Las Vegas, and it's just known for that. And me and my drummer, we go way back when we used to be like in a local band together, and we used to get together. We're like under 18, and there wasn't anything really much to do when you're like at that age. You can't go anywhere. So our dumbasses decided to go sneak into a strip club at that age when we're like 16, 17 years old. Yeah, just being like a reckless group of kids, But yeah, definitely as you get older, it's like definitely like I don't know. It's not my cup of tea for sure.
Oh, see,
But
I've
when I
lived
was
in.
that young rebel kid, for sure, of the reckless rampage in Vegas, for sure, I was all crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I basically lived in Vegas for about fucking 4 years, and it was awesome. But and since you say that, you're the first one that's ever actually lived in Vegas that I can ask this at a time. What was your basically metal and hard rock scene like in Vegas? Because
Ooh,
like
yeah.
it's the years that I was there, yeah, you'd see metal bands come through every once in a while, but there really was no actual metal scene there at all.
Yeah, when I grew up there, I grew up in a time where it was like the early 2000s up until like 2010s is when I moved out of Vegas. But during all that time when I was playing in local bands and doing our thing and stuff like that, there wasn't too much of that whole music market scene like how it is now in Vegas, where there's like tons of different metal shows, environments you can play at and stuff. They have so many scenes now. But back then there was just like little dive bars you'd play at, local things a few people would go to, and the emo scene was like a huge thing, uh,
Yeah.
during that time. But yeah, it wasn't like how it is now in Vegas. It's like entertainment capital now. But back then it
Right.
was like really hard to like even find like a decent venue to play at, because usually it was just some corner street dive bar you'd be playing at. This is a different
Right.
time. But yeah, like you said, there wasn't too much of like a scene there. But if I had to define it, I guess there was a lot of the emo nostalgic wave was like a sort of a thing back then for sure. In throughout Vegas, like there was a lot of those kind of local bands around like that.
Hey, because the time I was there, it was mainly just like either hip hop, rap, EDM, and pop, and that was about
Mhm.
it. But the casinos are the ones that ran it, all their big shows
Yeah,
and
like
that.
EDC for sure is like takes the capital in Vegas. It's freaking huge, man. They get an influx of all kinds of visitors coming to Vegas for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the metal scene community has definitely grown. They definitely have my drummer still lives there, so he knows a lot more of what's going on in Vegas for sure. And but they definitely it has blossomed a lot now. There's like definitely a decent sized community of metal fans there now.
Yeah. So what's it like? What's it like in LA as far as your scene?
Oh, out here is like it's like the mecca, I'd say. Just being in California in general is just like from here to San Diego, it's just a huge community of rock and roll. A bunch of this is like the fathom of everything was born out here. Motley Crue, for instance, they're known
Yeah.
playing the whiskey and stuff like that. We played the whiskey too out here, and it was definitely a fantastic show of people, a community of rock people coming out. This just like a lot of it's where it's at. Yeah, it's just like bread and butter out here when it comes to the rock and roll scene for sure.
Yeah, see, I never got to ask because we just had a band not too long ago on that we've kind of, are some friends of ours, Illusions of Grandeur, and I know they live in LA. And I wasn't able to ask I meant to ask them that question. It totally fucking forgot about it. Cause like, yeah, the whiskey and Viper Room and some
Yeah.
of the, really famous spots in the
Yeah.
LA area, but it's like, is it actually a blossoming, we always love to ask different bands where they're from. Okay, how is your local scene compared to, other stuff? Like here where I live, there is no scene at all. Like, you got to travel 2 hours plus to go to any kind of fucking metal show whatsoever.
Oh wow, really? Yeah, in definitely in like Hollywood and all that is definitely like primed for the community of rock and roll for sure. When we played the Whiskey,
Yeah.
that same night we had David Spade.
Yes.
He randomly just walked in completely wasted and just was there just having a good time in Hollywood type of shit. It's crazy like that. You will sometimes run into people that you've like watched your whole life growing up just randomly on the street there. It is more of a possibility like that. Yeah. Yeah, we ran into David Spade. He was completely like blacked out drunk. He was just hanging out at our show, watching us play. He didn't know who fuck we were or anything. He was just there to have a good time. So stuff like that does happen for sure.
All right. All right, fair enough.
That stage alone is an amazing stage to be able to get on. So much history there.
Yeah, it's an iconic place to play. They love us. We'll always come back there and play gigs for sure. They're a great place. It's connected to the Rainbow Bar, and then I think that's another famous place too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Definitely
go.
is.
Yeah, as a metalhead, there's always like these certain venues that you always hear about, like over time, like, the Whiskey and the Viper Room and the Machine Shop and, the Alarosa where, Dimebag was killed, which I actually think doesn't exist anymore. I actually think that fucking closed down shortly thereafter his death. And places like that, some of these other ones, like I think there's like CBGB in New York, which I don't think that's in existence anymore either.
Yeah.
I think that one's
they got great venues there. The Roxy too is a cool place to play. Like I feel like a lot of those places like that are very like intimate spots where a lot of people just want to get out on a Friday night and hang out, And but they also got their pretty good sized venues. Like when we played the Wiltern once, it's a really great place to play for bands that are when you're doing pretty successful. They got all pinnacles of it covered, I feel like, out there for sure. And as well as like San Diego region too. They got a lot of the Soma, the Brick by Brick, House of Blues out there. It's just like a strong community too, I'd say.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
All right. So you want to pick or you want to roll?
Let's roll.
Roll we go. 64.
64.
Wrong way. All right, we're going to go. If you wanted to embarrass your kids at school, what song would you roll up to their school bumping? Has to be a good one because you really want to embarrass them, right? So we really get it.
Okay, if you want to embarrass them, do I have to like it?
No.
No, nobody has to like it.
This is just pure embarrassment of your kids.
Okay, we're gonna go Rebecca Black Friday.
Oh God!
Right? I think that's good.
That was good. We haven't gotten that one before. That was good.
Definitely new.
Oh, man. That tortured me every time I'd hear it. Even though nothing against her, but
to be honest, I totally forgot about that song until just now.
I mean, you kind of want to,
This is true. This is true.
I think it came up not too long ago is why I just thought about it.
Yeah,
Like
I totally
random
fucking
thing.
forgot about that song. 100% totally forgot about it.
Yeah, I think
Not
that
for
would
good
definitely
reason.
embarrass you.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, see, I don't have kids. Yeah, I know it's weird. Fucking 41 years old, not married, no kids. And if I was to do it, it would hands down be damn Aqua fucking Barbie girl or whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
I hate the goddamn song, but I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. Don't give a shit.
You have to wear like a long Barbie wig and stuff too.
Yeah, you got to play the role.
If you're gonna do it, you have to like.
I don't know about that.
If you're not gonna go with it,
you can do it.
I got a nephew. I got a nephew, but he's like too young for schooling just yet. But when he gets to that age, I might do something funny like that for sure.
Yeah, I've got a nephew that's 5. He's in kindergarten. But I really honestly, he's so laid back. I don't think it would even fucking phase him. He just kind of look at me like, "Why are you wearing a wig? What are you doing?"
Right?
Wearing a wig. What are you doing?
Is it close to Halloween? Is that your
Right.
Halloween costume?
This is just me. This is just how I roll.
Right?
Yeah, he wouldn't even fucking know. He wouldn't even know. Are we gonna play Nerf guns later? Yep.
Right?
Yep, bro. We're gonna
As long
play
as
Nerf guns later.
Nerf guns, yeah.
Yeah, that's his big thing. He wants to start doing Nerf gun wars like every other week or something. So I got this wild hair at my ass yesterday, and I bought a fucking Gatling gun that could fire like 120 rounds in like a minute.
Oh,
So,
I've been seeing those kids' toys. They've been making them all really cool.
dude, they're
And
intense.
yeah.
Like,
It's not
I
like when
bought
I
him-
grew up. It's definitely not like when I grew up, and they're just like little things. Now they got them all like they're gonna go to war.
Yeah, no, I bought him. So he's really big into Minecraft, as most kids are. You know, that's his thing. So I bought him this like Minecraft watch that you can play games on the fucking watch and shit. Well, I bought him a Nerf gun that looks like a Minecraft crossbow. And
That's
so,
pretty
like,
badass.
my brother, you know, he puts it together on Christmas for him. We're sitting there, and he shoot, and I mean, man, that damn thing's got some power. It's like pow. I'm like, damn, that shit ain't like the Nerf guns we had back in the day.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
That shit was lucky to go 20 feet, and these things are going like 150 feet shooting out. I'm like,
Run for your life now.
Damn.
like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, dude, there's like grenades and like mortars now. I'm like, holy shit. I bought a grenade. I literally bought it off Amazon.
What is society teaching these kids, man? I don't know.
Right?
No. I literally found a grenade.
The kids are not buying them.
No, I spent like $100 and something yesterday on fucking Nerf shit to go to war with my 5-year-old nephew. I'm like, shit, if we gonna do this, I'm going all out.
We going down.
I'm going straight Terminator style. I'm getting the Gatling gun. I got the grenades. I'm
Get one
winning.
of his cars. Does he have one of those electric cars you can sit on and put that thing on there and just like drive the little
Oh no,
car?
mine comes with tripod and everything. It's belt fed. It's got a tripod, like the whole 9 yards.
Put that tripod on that car, sit on the back of that car, and go after him.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so you want to pick or you want to roll?
Let's roll.
All right, roll it.
Let's roll.
55. All right. 3 songs that are on your morning playlist. So what gets you going in the morning time?
Ooh. Oh man, that really depends on what kind of morning it is.
I know. Is it a double
Let's
coffee
see,
morning? Triple
yeah.
coffee morning?
I would definitely say I get amped. I like to get amped up, so definitely rock and roll for sure. Maybe like a song from like Wage War or something like that. Just something
Alright,
just
you're
really
gonna go running.
punches me in the face. And then maybe like some Bad Omens for sure if I'm mellowing out. And then like definitely like one of the throwbacks like I wouldn't have thought of. I went about last year. I went out. I got to see Rammstein play at their stadium tour in Los Angeles, and it was like one of the most epic shows I've ever seen in my life. Man, so much fire. So I definitely would probably put something like that on just for like, oh yeah, you know, something. But that was one of the hugest shows I've ever seen in my life, man. They just got pyrotechnics, all kinds of fire. It was pretty tight, man. And they just released some behind the scenes documentary a couple days ago. I just checked out and like how they put all that kind of life size show together because they held it at the Olympic Stadium in Los Angeles, and it was like been sold out for like a year, and it was just catastrophic, like fire and brim. It was insane. It was just I never seen nothing like it. It's very cool.
So speaking on that, if you know your choice, if you could go on a national headlining tour, what 3 bands would you want to go on tour with?
Well, definitely what Remstein I just mentioned. I definitely
Okay.
go with that.
I don't blame you.
I
Can I
figured.
go? Can I put like Metallica in there?
Sure
Okay.
can.
Yeah, just like the Mecca ones, and maybe something like I would definitely feel like maybe like Slipknot or something like that, because that just hits me right in my childhood for sure. Like they're always like on my playlist for sure.
See,
So,
I didn't find out.
the new
I
one.
didn't find out about Slipknot until I was like way older. I was
oh
in
really?
my I think I was in my 22 or 23 by the time I found out who Slipknot was. And I went to back, if you remember, back when they did the Jägermeister music tour. And I went and I was actually going to see another band that I was real big on at the time, which was Shadows Fall. And it was
Shadows Fall. Yep.
yeah, it was Slipknot was the headliner. And it was Slipknot, Killswitch Engage, and Shadows Fall. Now, I was a big Shadows Fall fan. I knew Killswitch, but I had never heard of Slipknot. Didn't have a fucking clue. I was about to leave. Like, I was at the show, whatever. Like, I'm just like, I don't know who this band is. I have no idea. And this big ass dude that was there was like, dude, don't leave. Trust me. You want to see this band live. Just trust me. I'm like, fuck it. Okay, fine. I'll stay and watch. So I stay and watch, and it from that moment on, I became, after the very first song they played was Heretics Anthem, right out the gate, and I was just like, "Oh shit! All right, you got my attention. Let's do this shit." And from that point on, I became a huge fucking Slipknot fan because their live shows are something to fucking behold.
Yeah. Oh, definitely for sure. I got introduced to them. They played in Vegas, and it was 2001. It was called the Pledge of Allegiance tour, way back a long time ago. They just released the Iowa album, and so they're just touring off of that. And they were headlining. It was Mudvayne and System of the Down, and Rammstein was on that bill. And when they came out, man, it was like end of the world, just mayhem. It was so cool and mesmerizing. And then especially when Joey Jordison at the time did the drum solo, they had a thing where he kind of went upside down, and the whole drum set would start spinning during one of his drum solos. It was like the most craziest thing I ever seen.
See, I got to see that whenever, because I ended up seeing Slipknot again years later and seeing them at Welcome to Rockville. So I went and they were headlining Welcome to Rockville, and that's when they had like the percussionists had the big risers that would rise up and fucking to insane heights.
Yeah, go way up, right?
Yeah, it had like
really
the
tight
extending stage and all that shit, and they had the rotating drum set, and so yeah, I got to see, you know, Joey and the original line. Well, not original, but whatever, original enough. I did get to see that, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, how the fuck does this dude able to, like, there's got to be some type of like disorientation when you're like upside down for that damn long.
Yeah. Doesn't all the blood just rush to your head when you're doing that? Like, you still got to be on time, and like,
and I feel like there's got to be some type of like training for that. There's got to be like they do something in order to like train their bodies and their mind to be able to like do that.
Yeah, how did they practice that at home or something?
I'm like, do you have like the stage? I'm gonna go in the backyard. I'm gonna practice playing upside down for an hour.
Yeah, let's rig up the drum set and turn it upside down and get up there.
Oh yeah, how do you stay up here? You gotta like buckle yourself in.
Yeah, I think he was buckled, and he had like a whole like a NASCAR looking buckle thing, so he would keep him from falling out.
Yeah, I mean it's like a 5-point harness. I mean you'd have to, or you're gonna fucking kill yourself fucking trying to play.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn.
I think Motley Crue did something similar too, like that too. I watched where Tommy Lee was doing a drum solo like that, where it was like a live video. I don't know if they kept doing that, but I think it was just one live video of him doing that, one of those. I bet he did it one time and was like, man, my head feels like it's going to explode. Fuck this. Because I didn't see him never do it again after that. It was just like the one time.
Shoot. don't blame him.
So on that, do you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Let's pick. I'll go 5.
5 it is. All right. Voice care. Do you have any advice for anybody that's starting out for voice care?
Oh, for when it comes to vocals, singing and stuff, right? I would
Mhm.
imagine. Yeah, definitely when you're learning how to sing and stuff like that, you'll definitely you'll make mistakes. A lot of it's a lot of mistakes too. We know it's bound to happen. We're only humans. And it's just when your voice starts to feel like, my thing is it'll start feeling like really hot sensation in my throat. And that's when I know it. You need to chill out, just take a break, come back to it later, because you're just only gonna rip apart your vocal cords and stuff like that. And so I use lemon ginger drops when I'm feeling that way, or I'll make like a lemon ginger type of tea, with some honey and squeeze some lemon in it. And that really helps soothe it, a lot. But I do a lot of screaming vocals too in the band, and especially in this new album we just dropped, Destruction. It has a ton of lot more screaming vocals for me to do, as you tell in the different songs. And one of them is just like straight screaming the whole time. It's called The Madness. And it's like the first single on the album. And there's like no clean vocals. It's just pretty much screaming the whole time. Just one part here and there is some singing to take a break in between, but it's just going. So when I do that song, I really got to be warmed up and loosened. So I have some like little techniques that I do with just breathing, just breathing in and out, pretty much like meditational stuff. And then I'd probably have to show you a course on it probably, but to really dive into it. But there's definitely, you want to definitely warm up before you start doing that stuff, because you can definitely permanently mess up your whole vocal cords if you don't know what you're doing correctly, for sure.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
it
A
comes
lot
to
of people don't realize that. It's
yeah.
not just going out there picking up a mic and start singing and you sound freaking beautiful. There's a lot to it, just like anything else.
Yeah, exactly. You're definitely going to make mistakes. It's just bound to happen, but you might hurt yourself too. I mean, it's just part of it. I've definitely hurt myself where I didn't know what I was doing and just went for it, and couldn't speak for a few weeks even at times. And so it's just bound to happen if you're not warming up properly before going really hard into it and all that, because a lot of people will go from 0 to 100 and just push every nerve in their body just to think they're gonna make that right sound, that they want, but they ended up freaking tearing apart of all kinds of things instead. When it's really a middle ground you got to find in between of 0 to 100, because you'll definitely there's a middle ground. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, because you can definitely, I'll get a headache and stuff when I'm recording. I'll sometimes get a headache, but it's usually after a few hours of doing it. I've gotten it to well enough to where I can handle it for a few hours before starting to get a gnarly headache and stuff like that. But in our song The Madness, I did do over 3,000 different vocal takes of screaming, and that really tore a lot into me. I had my shirt off and just going at it, trying to make these parts sound the best that they could, but it was a whole workout gym for your voice type of situation. I felt like I didn't even need to go to the gym after that, because I was just dying of all the takes. But when you get in there, you'll definitely find what works for you when it comes to it, for sure. Yeah.
So on that, basically let's go through rig rundown. Was the types of guitars you prefer to play, your strings, if you're using cabs or amps or heads, what is your whole fucking rundown for a stage show?
So the rig we run pretty much is we use a lot of Ibanez. We were sponsored with Ibanez for a while, so we fell in love with that design. But I definitely started out playing Gibsons and stuff like that, Les Pauls and stuff in my earlier days. But then I fell in love more with Ibanez's style and designs of just higher fretage availability types things for really fast licks up and down the fretboard, stuff like that. So I'm a fan of Ibanez, but there's definitely a lot of other brands that I really love too. And I'm also have a thing with Dean too. So I have one of Dean's guitars too. They sent out to me, and that theirs is really fun too. They have some really good guitars too. I went to NAMM last year, and they had like a lot of really cool stuff there too. So yeah, as far as guitars, like I'm in between with all of them for sure, but I love uniqueness for sure. I think that's what I like a lot, is when something just looks different and unique to me. I'll want to play that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But
I
yeah,
understand.
I'm a fan of, definitely, if I had to pick one though, probably Ibanez. And then after that though, we definitely run, like I have orange cabs, and I have 5150 heads and for live stuff, but we kind of adopted more of like a virtual instrument stuff where we run through Axe now. So you heard about, I don't know if you heard about those, but a lot of bands have been adopting more of those kind of things for amp heads now, like Neural DSP heads and Axe heads for like, it's so identical. It's really hard to decipher like if it's like real or virtual kind of stuff, but it makes it easier on the musician for like traveling purposes and
Well,
stuff like
see,
that.
that's what I say, because like me myself, like with my band, everything's virtual. I play straight through a fucking laptop. All my effects are on
Yeah.
there, my heads, amps, all the sounds are straight through that laptop and then straight into the PA. And I don't take anything other than my laptop and my bass guitars, and that's it. Like that's
Yeah,
it.
that's the, honestly, like why do the strain, you know? You should worry about playing the show versus like hauling all your shit to the show so much, you know, because
Right.
that
Yeah.
definitely sucks too, you know. And I
Right.
grew up in a scene with Warp Tour where that was what I did, you know. We'd have to haul the half stacks on the
Mhm.
Yeah.
stage every day and put all the heads, and, you know, sweating our asses off, and the show hasn't even started yet, you know. So
Yeah.
you're breaking your back already before the show's even started, you know.
Yep.
But
I
yeah,
did that. I did that. And
yep.
you know, I used to be a big Ibanez guy, but then I feel like I'm cheating because I switched over to Schecter, and
Schecter's
now
awesome.
it's like I use Schecter 6-string basses and went all, you know, virtual electronic everything. With there's so much stuff you could do, especially on like the MacBooks and all these Apple products that are made specifically for like recording and music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so much easier.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the route we took too now, is we're mostly all just like laptop plug and play, and we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about building like a half stack little rig thing more for traveling, if we travel overseas, to be able to like play like that overseas and stuff, so it could fit on the planes and all that too, like just a simple rig to run, you know.
Yeah, because
Uh
back in the
yeah.
day, if you traveled overseas, you had to rent gear. Most of the
Yeah, you
time, you had to
rent
rent.
gear, yep.
Yeah, you'd have to rent
Yep.
it, and that shit can be astronomically priced if you're renting gear. It's not your
Well,
shit. You
yeah, and then the sound, you have sound problems too and stuff like
right.
that. We rented like shit equipment before, and it's definitely, we're like, oh crap, we messed up. Let's go run and find something else like quickly. Where like we borrowed other bands' equipment before just to put on the show because this isn't working right or whatever. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely problems like that for sure that you can run to overseas. Yeah, we do the whole virtual route, and it's really great. But definitely we have some songs that are more in the 8-string guitar realm, not 8 and 9-string realm, which
Mhm.
when we record the song, I have a 9-string guitar. It's an Ibanez 9-string. And then we kind of transpose it around from there. Like we'll use up the 8-string area or the 9 if we need it or whatever. But when we actually rehearse the songs, we have it to where it's like a virtual capo in the Axe effects, where you can transpose it to any kind of drop tuning that you want it to be in. So you don't need to swap out guitars and worry about, you know, like
Yeah.
you just worry about playing the show. You don't have to be swapping around guitars so much. And they're so good that it's hard to distinct it like from being like, it sounds like you really like switched out a guitar for a different one. So I have things like that where in the set where it'll just transfer over like that and you can't even tell the difference.
So do you guys try to stay pretty much within like the same tunings on all your songs? You don't have different songs with different tunings? Because I know like with my band, we have multiple songs that are in like multiple tunings. So we have to have multiple instruments.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like we do, like every song is almost a different tuning. So, but I have it where it's in the rig where I programmed it where it does MIDI switching to change to those different keys, the different drop tunings, just virtually.
That's
and then
amazing.
It'll change. Yeah. I'm talking about some really brainiac shit here.
Yeah, because I haven't made it that far yet, and that would help.
Yeah, it's like not that difficult once you wrap your brain around it, but there is definitely not too much information out there. It was definitely like a lot of just trial and play of errors and stuff. But when I got it down, it's actually really easy to do those MIDI switchings. So you don't have to really change out guitars. You can keep one guitar. So what we do is we have two guitars, me and my brother, they're both in drop C. And then we'll have the next song come out and it's like in freaking drop G, and then it'll just
say, because we play mostly in either drop A or drop G. And then I think we got some stuff that's in like B, and I have to take like fucking 6 damn bass guitars, everything from I usually have 2 6 strings, 2 5 strings, and 2 4 strings, and it's a pain in the ass. And I'm like, man, this is fucked.
Oh yeah, you should if you want, you should get into MIDI switching. But I use an Axe effects, and those are really expensive though. So if you are going to invest in one, yeah, I use an Axe effects, but I don't know if you can do it on like a neural DSP. They probably have something similar there, but I use in a DAW, I'll open up, I run Ableton for recording. So I'll open up a fresh Ableton session and then have like our live set in the Ableton session. And then I'll just make tracks for the guitar and use the MIDI controller to MIDI switch the Axe effects to the different tunings on the guitar. And Axe effects is so cool because you're allowed to run up to 4 line ends on it on the Axe effects 3. So but we only use 2, and then we use we put them in stereo. So just because we can, you don't have to, but we run them stereo. And then but we have them just program MIDI switch to do all the tunings for us for every song just automatically when you hit the space bar. It's just, then the whole set's ready for you. It's not too difficult to wrap your brain around, but it's definitely like it takes some time for sure to set it all up, but it is worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So on that, you want to roll or do you want to pick?
Oh, let's roll. Yeah, I know that's some really brainiac stuff too.
Hey, we like that shit. There's so many bands and so many musicians that watch this show, and it's like we like to try to cover all kinds of. And if you get something new out of it, something that smaller bands they wouldn't know because they aren't into it. This is all like information that we like to spread out, so everybody kind of.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone has questions about it, I'm more than open to help answer them too as well. But help them out too.
Heck yeah. All right. I rolled 36. And this is one that Jags really likes. This is the Jedi versus Sith.
What is it?
What is it?
The Jedi versus Sith. You really like this one.
Shit. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt my feelings.
Hurt his feelings. Do it. Which one do you like? Do you like the Jedi or are you a Sith guy?
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely go Jedi. I mean, I love Sith, but I'll probably have to go Jedi on this one. But there are some really good Sith characters.
All right, what's your favorite Jedi? What's your favorite Sith? This is where it's gonna hurt my feelings.
I'd say Obi-Wan Kenobi. For sure.
I can dig that.
He's just iconic to me. And then I honestly, I mean, as much as I love the other characters and the whole saga, but I'm gonna have to go Darth Vader. That whole scene in Rogue One, the movie, where he just comes in. I don't know if you've seen it. He just comes in all badass, picking and killing up everybody. Man, it was just so iconic to me, man. I just love Darth Vader.
I can't argue. He passes my test.
You can't.
I like this guy.
I've seen my Star Wars. Yeah, I know.
I'm a huge Star Wars fanatic. Like fanatical about it. I collect a lot of Star Wars stuff, and I'm huge about it. Even like the comics and all the graphic novels. I've fucking read it all, studied it all.
Oh wow, damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a huge fan of it. You know, I even played the games as a kid growing up and stuff, you know.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So, you want to roll? You want to pick?
Let's roll. Yeah.
Roll we go. 34. All right. Deep space or deep water? Which one would you pick?
Oh man, that's pretty good actually. I know in the water there's definitely parts where humanity hasn't even explored those depths yet, like enough, because we just can't get down there to really see it. But so there's definitely some mysteries to behold, but I'm gonna have to go space because I gotta know where we come from, man. I gotta find out. If we had that capability, I think that'd be pretty sweet if we go. I've seen Interstellar way too many times. All right. Like
Hey, I'm all about the space. He's a big chicken.
I am. I'd rather take my flat ground and keep my ass right here. I don't want the water or the
But if you had to pick one though, which one? You know?
If I had to pick one, it's gonna be water.
Water? Yeah.
If I had to pick one.
Close to the ground. Not up and above.
Exactly, because like I'm a big horror movie fanatic. Like I love my horror films, and I've seen Alien, Predator, and all the damn fucking no.
They live under the water too. Where do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've seen Leviathan and all that, but I don't know.
You'd rather drown.
Well, no, I'd be crushed to death very quickly, but I'm not about being frozen to death. Like, you know me, I don't like cold. I fucking hate cold. I despise
You wouldn't
cold.
even feel it. It would be like
I don't know that.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't feel it.
I don't even want to feel it for a second.
You won't be free. By the time you want to say dip, you'd be gone.
Right. I think space just has so much cool stuff that is totally unexplored too. Just we in our lifetime will probably never see and stuff. There's just so many mysteries to it that are just like unraveling, you know. It's like where'd we come from and all that, the big questions.
I don't want to get probed. I want nothing going up my ass. I don't want to be freaking dismantled.
The aliens?
Yes.
Disney won't do that. You seen some of them frisky fish? I'm telling you.
It's like I've seen the fourth kind. Is aliens.
Oh no, I don't know, y'all.
Nope, not going.
Not going to see the aliens, huh?
No, he's not doing it.
No. I'd rather just keep my ass on flat land and not do either one. Would be my choice. And I live on an island. I live on the fucking ocean, so no.
You're doing it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do either one. Nope, fuck that. All right, so you want to pick or you want to roll?
Let's roll.
51.
51.
If you could do a song mashup, what two songs would you use?
With two songs? Oh man, I feel like we go back and forth with that even in our own band. We don't even know if we even had that. Oh man. Oh, a mashup though? Oh.
You got to mix them together and make it beautiful.
Oh man, we actually did do that. Actually, I just thought about that. We did do that. During COVID, my brother came up to me with an idea because we saw a lot of the bands doing like covers around that time. During that was like a huge thing at home covers. So what we did is he gave me an idea by showing me some like a trap song from this artist Little Peep. At the time, he showed me that song, which it didn't resonate with me that much like it did him. But then as he started pitching me the idea of it, I was like, okay, I get what you're trying to do. Because it's not a rock song, it's trap hip hop type of music. And but then he was pitching me the idea of it if we did take it on. So I was like more interested in that end result, So what we did was we took that song and we started to like process it and do it in our own way in Beyond Unbroken style. And as we got to like more of the bridge section of the song, we didn't really know what to do yet. So we're kind of stumped on that for a few weeks during all the COVID stuff. And we came up with 21 Pilots out of nowhere. The Heathens, 21 Pilots Heathens would fit perfectly in this bridge section of the song. And we're just like, oh my God, that's it. And let's just throw this really crazy guitar solo in there just to hook you. And that's what we came up with, like this crazy mashup instead of like a traditional like cover song. But yeah, and then that song did really well for us. I think it's got over 4 million hits on Spotify and stuff. And we filmed a little video for it, like an at-home video for it during COVID, which is out on our YouTube channel as well. But yeah, I think it went number 1 for us, and it stuck on there for a while before we released our new album and stuff. Even I think like a lot of the fans resonated with it because it was a bit of our grassroots of punk rock and stuff like that, and the metal heavy guitar solo. There's like almost a minute long guitar solo, dueling solo, and fans didn't really expect that, and that kind of song, coming from a freaking hip hop trap song, like what the hell's going on? So I think we made it unique in our own style. But yeah, I'm like, actually, I think I did do a mashup. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm down with that because I'm a huge 21 Pilots fan. Love.
Yeah, you gotta. If you haven't heard it, you gotta check it out. You'll probably really dig it.
I'm gonna have to listen to that. Yeah. So
it's called Falling Down Heathens. That's what the song is called.
So now on that, since we're nearing the end, where do you guys like to talk to your fans the most? Is there a certain type of social media that you guys lean more towards? Where can everybody get your music? And most importantly, if you have merch available, where can they get that?
Yeah, we're definitely we got a Discord community right now that's been blowing up more and more. A lot of the fans have taken over that. So I could send like a private link to that too as well. But we're pretty active on everything, a lot on Instagram and Facebook for sure. And then the new album is on all streaming platforms right now. It's called Destruction. Kicks ass. We're so happy that it's out now. And we have a lot of new merchandise specifically around the album it's called fixstore.com/Beyond Unbroken, where you can find all the new merch for Beyond Unbroken.
Fantastic. So for all of you that are watching, we actually have one of their videos for Destruction that we're going to play. On that, we are going to get the hell out of here. We love you guys. You've been fantastic. We'll be back after the first of the year. And until then, you guys know what to do. Don't drink and drive. Wrap your damn tool. Be kind to each other. Love each other. Don't you even.
And don't get caught. Don't get caught. Run.
I look inside, I've fallen deeper than I've ever been. I run and hide from who I am. Wanted to take me, wanted to break me, I can't give in. Ready to face me, ready to change exaltation, exaltation. There's no fail-safe. The destruction of all creation, a god of annihilation.